adjustments. Hello, Otani. Hey, let's hear it for the ownership, breaking their comedy virginity tonight. I'm not a gambling woman, but I'm willing to bet that's the only virginity that's getting lost tonight. Oh, come on. This is the Midwest, ain't shit else to do. For those of you who don't know me, I am 42 years old. I have 3 children who are ages 20, 16, and 12, and I've been a member of the United States Army since August of 1988. Thank you. Trust me, being in the Army has some very significant perks. They taught me how to do a proper push-up. They taught me how to think strategically, and they also taught me how not to get pissed off when I see a chick dressed like me. Because that's hard. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. But like I said, 2 teenage boys, actually my oldest one just finished that whole puberty thing, tried to drive me crazy. It's a good time. And that was another perk of being in the military because I could come up with some creative ways to threaten my son when he started tripping. Like, don't you remember that video of me shooting a grenade launcher? Of all the moms you know, you want to fuck with this one? It's a technique. You can try it. But another thing I haven't told you about myself, I'm single. Been divorced now for about 3 years. It's a good time. Thanks to Captain Asshole, I'm in therapy. And it's all right though, because my therapist is hot. But my therapist suggested to me that I have a second childhood because I've always felt responsible for other people. So I went out and got a schoolgirl costume. Now I'm looking for a 27-year-old English teacher who'll think I'm 17. Because I missed that. In that first puberty. And you know, it's funny, sometimes I joke about being in my midlife crisis, you know, with my grown kids and all these things going on. And it's really kind of more of a second puberty, except this time I'm cool. And I get to drink, and it's not a big deal. Yeah. But, you know, it's funny though, because now that I'm single, I'm in the dating game, and dating's kind of fun. I've tried my hand at this whole online thing. It's a good time. Word to the wise fellas, if you're going to describe yourself as athletic build, they don't mean sumo wrestler. You could do me that favor, it would be cool. But, you know, I gotta tell you, my ex-husband, he's a funny guy. German-Irish dude, right? Quite possibly the whitest white man in America. I'm so serious. You would look at my ex-husband and be like, damn, dude, get some sun. Making us look bad. And, you know, there's times that I wonder how I ever got any sleep because I swear to God, that man glowed in the dark. I should have known that before I put that ring on. And I mean, this dude is so white. He's so white, he made me have blue-eyed babies. Y'all think I'm kidding. Anna Marie, am I lying? I have blue-eyed kids with, you know, the German drunken Irish dude. But you know, it's funny because there were times that I realized that maybe he wasn't the smartest guy. Like, after 12 years of marriage, he finally admitted to me that he had a slave master fantasy. Really, dude? I figured that shit out when you married the black chick. Not saying. Just saying. And on the point of women being smarter than men, because ladies, we are. Dudes, just face it. And I have one pop culture iconic item that proves it. The 50 Shades trilogy. Think about it. We don't need pictures for our porn, do we, ladies? And we can go to the library, borrow ours, and take it back. Beat that, fellas, with your Hugh Hefner wannabe self-stuffs. No, but it was really funny because David was talking about white power. Yeah, I'm a believer in that. I dig white dudes. Not so much that I'm attracted to them, but I just kind of feel like it's a civic duty of mine to keep the man down for a change. You know? And then sometimes they think they're willing. No, but, and it's funny too because, you know, I do tend to date guys that are younger than me because I'm 42. Everybody's younger than me. And at times I've been called a cougar, which at first I was kind of uncomfortable with that. But then I started thinking about it. Well, let's see, cougars are brown, and in some places they're fuzzy, and at times they purr, and oh yeah, that sounds a lot like me. So, I'm accepting it. It's okay. But I realized that at some point I have to grow up. And so a couple of weeks ago, I had a date with a 46-year-old. Okay, technically he was a set of 23-year-old twins, but I'm trying to make progress. Grown-up bills, adolescent attitude, right here. But I had something really cool happen. Actually, I can't say it happened to me. Actually, I volunteered for it. At 42 years old, I got my first tattoo. The first man who can guess where it is and what it says gets to take me out to dinner. Yeah, you already gave up on that. Oh, Ryan, I've got a taker. Awesome. It says whatever you want right here. No, but I tell you though, it's funny because every once in a while somebody will ask me, well, aren't you kind of concerned, what your son thinks about you dating somebody that's the same age as him? Well, first off, I'm not dating my son, so I'm not so sure why it's an issue, but maybe he should just consider that payback's a bitch, because that night that I was worried about him when he didn't come home on time, I'm just saying. Maybe mama wouldn't have gone crazy if you did what the hell I told you to do. It's all. But, it's funny going back to the ex. He's a funny man. There was this time that our son was doing this genealogy assignment for school, and the question was, how far back can you trace your family? Now, for those of you that don't know me, I grew up in the South, I grew up in Texas, and my great-great-grandparents were slaves. Now, I'm not all hostile about that because y'all really outnumber me right now. But if anybody is feeling any guilt about that whole, inequality thing, I will take reparations and Jaeger bombs. I am a fan of forgiveness. We can work something out. But so the ex knows that both sets of his great-grandparents immigrated from Europe, and he was like, well, Grandpa's grandparents came over from Germany, and Grandma's parents came over from Ireland. And then, I hope he didn't think about this before he asks me. He says, well, baby, which boat do you think your folks came over on? So, I took a deep cleansing breath. I gave it a lot of thought and realized that I am too pretty to go to jail. Had a little bit of a identity crisis there because I was pretty sure that as a strong black woman I was supposed to kick his ass right then. But I thought about it and I said, well, honey, there's a distinct possibility our folks came over on the same boat, it's just mine we're rowing. Now get in that kitchen and make me a sandwich before I kick your ass. Where's all the single fellas at? Oh, I'll part you with this one bad. Right, you're taken. You already volunteered. You can't back out now. And wonder, I am not going to be your butch, so we're not going to do that shit either. But single fellas, I have some dating advice for you. Think about dating women, because I know a lot of people think it's complicated, but think about dating women like doing crossword puzzles. Every once in a while, you need to do an easy one to keep your confidence up. Just saying. And we tend to self-identify as a public service. Thank you very much, Otani. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest
of the comic. Leslie Battle, everybody. You can't beat her. She's gorgeous. She's Russian. She's Russian.